Welcome to Breakthrough with Lisa Nichols. I'm Lisa Nichols, and today my special guest is Susan Rucker. I'm so excited for you to get to know her. I'm so excited about this conversation. So tell me a little bit about your background and what led you to starting your company and how you serve your clients.
First, I just want to say what an honor and true pleasure it is to be here, and I thank you for having me here today.
Thank you. It's my honor to be with you, sis.
Yeah. So I actually have humble beginnings. I grew up in Minnesota. I'm a Korean adoptee, and I was super shy, but a very observant child. So as I was growing up around people, I was actually really scared of people for a really long time. But I noticed that they were suffering and struggling both externally and internally. So I had this secret wish that I really wanted to go out there and help people really do better. And I knew to do that, I'd have to build skills. So I decided as a child, I'm going to build my skills, and that's how I'm going to be able to help people in the future. So now I have over 30 years of experience in operations, HR, coaching and consulting, training and leadership development. I've been able to do that in all sorts of organizations, and I've even led teams of up to 4,500 people and over $1 billion worth of revenue. I've been able to build processes and structures that have been rolled out across the organizations and have saved firms tens of millions of dollars and millions more in the years coming. For me, the best part of how I serve my clients is this. I've built my reputation on really helping people, teams, and organizations really take what's broken, fix it, and then be able to build upon it by building skills.
What was the emotional roller coaster like for you as you began to form your business and as you began to form the mission that it came with? What was that emotional roller coaster like?
Wow, let me tell you, just like everybody, when you know you're starting a business, you know there's going to be ups and downs. What I had not prepared for myself, though, was the loneliness factor. Because I'd always worked in large organizations. When we have successes or failures, you do them in a team. So now I realize when you're starting your own, when I had my successes or failures, I was kind of on my own. And honestly, I had a major shift when I was turned 50.
Let me just give you accolades that you're even 50. So go from there. I love that. Keep going.
Thank you. So when I was 50, I had this phone call, and this lady called me up, and I just thought, you know, she's from social services. They were the ones who processed my adoption when I was a child. So I thought she was going to tell me something nonchalant, like they found some paperwork. Instead, on the other side, I hear this. Susan, your biological family has been searching for you for years. Okay? You have 3 sisters, 2 brothers.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize for feeling.
And a father who's passed, a biological father, and a biological mother that's been searching for you her whole life.
Wow.
Suddenly, time stops. Lisa, did I prepare for that? No. And what I remember is suddenly going, holy cow, I'd been holding my breath. And so I said, just breathe.
Yeah.
On the other side, I hear, Susan, are you still there? I don't know if 1 minute has passed or 10 minutes have passed.
Wow.
But I knew that I just had to keep going through this. And I wanted to pause enough to say, she said, I have a letter here from the family. Would you like us to send it or not? Now that may seem like a simple decision, but I knew that decision would be an emotional roller coaster I'd have to go through. By choosing yes, I made 1,000 more decisions later that changed and altered. I had to put my business aside for a little while, and I had to take on this new journey. But what I did through all that journey of the emotional roller coasters, I learned this. See, I'm a pretty private person. Would not normally have said that anywhere, let alone on screen with you today.
Yes, I'm so glad that you're giving us the gift of your transparency.
Yeah, but what I learned is, you know, when we're feeling, it's okay to feel real, and it's okay to feel whatever emotion we're feeling, but we share it with others. It takes a village to really help us get through things when things are tough. So through this emotional roller coaster, I've learned to open up a lot more, let a lot more people in, and my life has been, in both the successes and the downfalls, been a lot more fulfilling.
I love that you were even willing to share that with me and with us. I'm grateful. I can only imagine what it felt like to know someone's been searching for you and you were wanted at that level. You had to come up against doubts. This was a moment where you had to pause and pivot and assess. The doubt just intrusively jumps in without a welcome invitation at all. How did you gain the confidence to ignore it or navigate the negative chatter and then to maintain that faith in Susan?
Let me tell you, there's lots of ways we all do it, right? I use 3 strategies that really keep me grounded. The first one is all about commitment. You have to commit first. So I'm committed to my mission of helping people really live their best authentic lives by just building the skills and making the impact they want. So I remind myself that that mission is more important to achieve than to stay committed to where I'm at today. That propels me forward when I have that doubt. The second strategy I use is success stories. Like, when we have success stories, we're so glad in the moment, but then we move on to the next challenge, the new career, the new job, the new challenge. And now we're all entrenched in what's happening. We forget that we had a challenge before that we superseded and succeeded on. So the power of storytelling on our successes rejuvenates us, reminds us of what we got through to get there, so we can propel to get to the next spot. For example, I just helped a company for about 25 people in a large organization. This 25 people was an essential team that had a poor reputation through the entire organization. The team were very fractured. They didn't get along. Most of them gave up hope. They really didn't want to work there, and they'd been losing people left and right. I was brought in to solve that. The leader of the organization knew she didn't have the time or skills because she had way too many other things on her plate. So after 2 months, I was able to completely change that team. They improved 64% in an internal survey in their reputation, and amongst the other things. Everybody re-engaged. They lost no more people. The biggest thing is that they had a plan and a process to fix what their strategy going forward. And for me, it wasn't the 25 people that I impacted that was a success. It was the 25 people that impacted the over 6,500 people, that 6,500 impacted over 10,000 people. So for me, I knew if I could fix an essential team, it fixes more things throughout. And that for me is why I share success stories. Then my third and last strategy that I use to build confidence and remind myself when I'm feeling down is this. I use an inner critic, inner advocate role play for myself, right? We all, I believe, have at least 2 voices in ourselves.
At least.
Some of us have more. I'm not going to say who, okay? But I say my inner critic's on my left shoulder, and it wants to speak. A lot of times we don't want to listen. But it's like a small child. When you don't let it to listen, it gets louder and louder. And that's what happens in our things. So I let it speak, and I listen for a moment, and then I turn to my inner advocate. You see, my inner advocate doesn't need to be loud, because the inner advocates don't lie to us, but our inner critics can. So this one over here that said, you can't do that. What if you don't even like it? What if it doesn't work? My inner advocate says, you've gotten through things before. You can pick up and make a choice if you fall down. And what if it does work? So then I decide, do I want to listen to the one that lies? Or do I want to listen to the one that always tells me the truth? Those 3 strategies get me through when I'm feeling a little doubtful.
Those are strategies to live by. Collect the evidence.
Right.
Make a choice.
Exactly.
Right? And know that everything has voice and lean into the truth. I love it. I feel like you've already answered this question, but I want to ask it because I think there's more juice to come. You've given us so much great advice. I feel like I'm being greedy, but what the heck? I want a buffet today.
Okay.
What would be some advice that you would give a business owner on how to thrive and have multiple breakthroughs in today's business terrain?
Today's business change is different than ever before, for sure. Here's what I believe. I believe the difference between the most successful and the people that struggle is simply this. It's skills and the people who try to do it on their own. You see, that's the difference maker. So my advice would be, if you want to thrive in today's ever-changing world and not just survive, then it's actually go find expert or experts and let them do what you don't want to do or don't have skills to do, right? So that you can do what you do well and then propel yourself and your team and your organization faster up to the results that you once thought was impossible by yourself and now becomes absolutely in line with your goals.
You are a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of insight, a wealth of great inspiration. And what I love is the evidence. And there are businesses that are looking for you, right? You're their solution. They're sitting in conference rooms wondering, what do we do now? Yes. And the answer really is, call Susan. How do they get a hold of you?
Yes. Well, when people are actually ready because they're like, man, we got to do something different. What we've been doing isn't working. And they want to actually learn more so they can make a better informed decision. And they're hungry to learn that. Then I would say, go to my website is the best way. Impactful Strategies LLC.com. Just like how it sounds. And quite frankly, I have an extra special bonus for your audience. And if they go to my website and they put your name, Lisa Nichols,
Okay.
right, in the contact,
Spell it right.
Right? Then they can get a free copy of my e-chapter of my #1 best-selling book with Jack Canfield, The Keys to Authenticity. And today, I brought this copy for you as a special tribute because for me, you are a person that I look to as authentic and real. So I appreciate what you do to help keep me in line with authenticity. And I wanted to let you know that this is from a gift from me to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I've been looking for a good read as I'm on the planes a lot, and I will add this to my reading collection. And this is my good friend, or else I like to call him my brother from another mother.
Right.
So
He's amazing.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you guys heard that put in Lisa Nichols.
And
And then you
did.
got a gift. And I
did.
love the gift of giving. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for what you do in the world. Thank you for navigating through the tough terrain to get through to this moment where you can serve more, to have a greater impact in their lives. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I will not forget it. And I just appreciate the fact that we can go help build a better world together.
Absolutely agree. I'm Lisa Nichols, and this is Breakthrough with Lisa Nichols. And you've had a wonderful conversation with Susan Rucker. Go check her out. It's worth it.